Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to Season 4, Episode 4 of my rebuild with the mighty Wigan Athletic. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you really want to help my channel out, you can always become a Patreon. Links to that and loads of other things down below in the description. Now, it's been a great rebuild, a true rebuild really, a battle. We're doing this on a budget, but the last two seasons have been really good. We got to the playoff semi-finals and obviously didn't make it. We've been to the playoff final and got our ass handed to us on a plate. Hopefully this year it was going to be different, but it was back to the old rebuild. And I mean, I was probably going to lose 2/3 of my first team squad, but I loved it. I loved it. This summer was the best one ever. I loved it. And I can't wait to share this season with you, and hopefully we'll end it on a high. So let's find out what I've been doing. Now, this was the squad from last year, and as you can see, we had quite a lot of loans, even though I can only use 5. I was going to try and maybe stick to that this year if I could find good players, what that is. But look at the dates on a lot of these players now. Dwight Gale, we'll see what happens with him. We still got Teo Edun, who's a great player. Frankie Kent's okay. Tommy Pearce, I was probably going to try and sell, see if we can get some money for him. Jake Turner was going to stay, and Callum Slatter was going to stay maybe as a squad player. Obviously the loans would all go. There was 1 or maybe 2 I was going to try and bring back. And then we've got a lot of the good players there, all coming to the end of the contracts. Now, my plan was, if I went up, you evaluate off that, don't you? Do I need these guys? Don't want to give them a contract, only for them not to be good enough. But if we stay in the Championship, I wanted a lot of them, so I was going to have to really think about what I was doing, decide who I was keeping. And like I said, I was going to get rid of 2/3 of that squad and just rebuild with peanuts again. Not a lot of money, basically nothing. So it's the best way to play though, and it was an absolute joy. So we jumped forward to the 5th of August. The season was about to start. Another season in the Championship. I couldn't wait. And this was my new team, and it fleshed out quite a bit. And I found some great pickups. I found it a lot easier as well to say this is a player I want, to basically offer nothing and give the majority of the transfer in future fees and get most of it pushed through, which has been very helpful for us because we didn't have a ton of money to spend. We had a decent amount in the bank, but we're trying to do this the cheap way as best we can. But you'll recognise instantly some of the names I've kept, and a lot of new names. Only 3 players on loan, so I'm just going to run through it quickly. Feel free to pause it if you want to take a look at each player individually, and I'll talk about my main squad. We still have Jake Turner as a backup. I think I've signed him to an extra year just because he's a decent backup. My number 1 though is of course Jamal Blackman, who is a fantastic goalkeeper. I like him. He is a very important player. He signed a new deal, 3 years on top of it. He's happy to stay. Big lad, isn't he? Hopefully we can build from the back with Jamal. At right back, maybe. I mean, he can play all over defence. Very handy player. He signed a new deal for another 3 years. He's Brendan Galloway. He's been brilliant for me, so hopefully that can continue. Helping him out on the right is Harrison Ashby. I haven't got a face. I might sort that out. I've sorted a few of them out. Just time. It's been time. I've been trying to get through this season. I finished it off this morning, actually. Last night, tried to get the end out of the way. Fell asleep playing it. Is what it is. So yeah, he's a decent backup on loan from West Ham. Now Luton have gone down to League One, and they've got a few decent players, and we've managed to pick up one of their regens, young Kevin Walsh, 19 years old. It's only cost me about £500,000, and it's split up. So this is a great little player to have. We've loaned Melvin Bard from Leicester, worth quite a few quid. Looks like a decent player, can cover at centre half. Can even cover in midfield, which will be very useful. Signed for £250,000, broken up a bit. He was transfer listed. A lot of my players have either been released or transfer listed or requested to leave. And Jack Robinson was one of them. We got him from Derby. My friend Joe Page might know a bit about him, but I like his all-round game. He looks handy. Great thrower of the ball, which might help us. Now we of course have Teo Edun, who it says is a left back, but he's more of a central midfielder. He plays in defensive midfield for me a lot. He's been brilliant for us, so I've signed him up for another 3 years. Centre half, probably my least best player is Frankie Kent, but he's decent, and he's done a good job for us in the past. Signed for 99 grand from Brentford. I think he'd been out on loan to Houston. I mean Brentford didn't want him. 99 grand. I like him. I think he should do a good job for us. And luckily, we've managed to reloan Finley Burns. He was a beast. We missed him in the playoff final. He was like the rock at the back for us last year. Another year, he knows the club. He's developed, very determined young man. So to bring him back again is fantastic. Into the middle, and we've loaned from Watford Mads Bistrup. I've seen him before because I recognise his stupid haircut. Looks like me in the 90s when curtains were fashionable. Don't know if they ever were fashionable, but apparently they were. But yeah, on loan from Watford. Good squad player. Another player I've signed for next to nothing. A couple of £100,000 from Hull. He was transfer listed. He's now worth 1.3 million, which is always a bonus. Signed 2-year deal. It's Jamal Batty, who I think will be really, really good, especially in defensive midfield, definitely. Now, I've kept Callum Slattery as a squad player, and I gave him his contract before I found someone else, but he should be useful. I don't know how much he will play, though, because I didn't really look at my U team now. Not only did we release a lot of first-team players, we got rid of a lot of dead wood. We've not got many players. We've got none in under-18s now, and we've got about 10 players in under-23s. I really did get rid of a lot of crap. I mean, even if they're only on a few £100 a week, I wanted to maximise our finances and not waste it on. I'm not bothered about youth team. It's all about this first team and getting this club in the Premier League. Depending on how far the series goes, we can think about it there. But we did have a couple of good young players, and Max Osler is one of them. He's a striker, but he can cover behind them strikers. So, I mean, I think he looks really, really, really good at 17. The player we signed after I gave Slattery his deal was Ollie Williams from Colchester. Now, he'd requested to leave Colchester. He's 18. There was a bit of interest in him from other clubs, but we were the only ones that put a bid in. He's cost me close to 2 million eventually. But he's got to score a lot of goals, play a lot of games, get an international cap. So I don't know if we'll ever have to pay that money. But I'm happy to have him. I think he's going to be brilliant this year. Now, I've sorted out some faces. I keep forgetting to sort out his. He's been brilliant for us last few years. He plays all over the front. I need to sort it out. The little Luxembourger, he's now 26 years old, so he's got another 3 years as well. Signed for a combined 275,000 eventually. We've got Marcus Madison, who has come from Bristol City. He was transfer listed. Again, can play over the front. And I thought he looks okay. Best we could get, really, but I think he's a decent player. We still, of course, have Harry Anderson. He's got another 3 years, worth nearly 7 million now. He's a brilliant player, you know. He's been brilliant for me. This one I was very happy with. Ipswich went down. Now he had a lot of interest, but we won, and I was very happy to do that. He cost me 2 million broken up, so it is what it is. Again, I don't know if we'll ever have to pay all that. Depends on how the series goes on and how successful he is. But this kid looks fantastic to me. So we've got Will Keane. I don't know if he's going to play as much this year. I know he's been fantastic for me, but I think we've brought in some quality that's really going to push him and make him fight for his place. One of those players is Joe Piggott, who we got from Charlton for peanuts again. He's now worth 750 grand, which is always a benefit. But 29 years old, good squad player, looks like he can finish. To help flesh it out going forward, I've signed Jack Marriott for, I think, 25 grand. 25 grand. He's now worth 900, so he obviously was coming to the end of his contract or something, but 29 grand. I mean, even if you don't play, what does that matter when you've only paid 29 grand for him? And then we have the main man himself, the guy who's been a superstar, 61 goals in 88 games, only a 3-star player, he's 28 years old, he's only just hitting his peak. If he can do what he's done for us the last few years, I'm sure that we'll be up there fighting for the playoffs again. But though, don't want me to, they're happy with a top half finish. Again, forget the cups, I won't go to pay too much attention to them really. I might go for them, it depends what's what, but it's all about them leagues again, because we've been in the playoffs 2 years running. And I feel like I've got the best squad ever now. I think this squad's really fleshed out. It's good. It's quite well balanced towards the tactic now. It's becoming my team. It was just, you obviously get them news flashes on this game, don't you? Like, don't sign too many players in a short period because you'll upset the balance and rhythm of your team. Don't always go off that. I think we'll be fine. Although the bookies don't think we'll be in the playoffs, but they don't think we'll be getting relegated. Come on, have a bit of faith in my boys, man. We are a force, hopefully. As you can see, the finances are all right. Like I said, I sold a couple of players. Pearce went for about £1 million. We had like 7 million anyway, but they just didn't give me much to spend. And obviously I had to change the bar and put a bit into the wages and switch it around. And it's worked out all right. Got rid of a few players. Dwight Gale retired. We had an old centre-half who retired as well, which freed up money in my wages. So the club's in a great position. I've not been able to do anything. I can't improve the facilities, but I think they're okay. At least we're not in debt. I think we've got a great squad. And that's the best place we can be, really, innit? Now, at this point, I've been doing my squad, basically. I needed to move on to my coaching team, and I do that. I'll show you that in January, because I do get a couple of coaches, and we sort out a bit of this as well. Never going to get the best at this point. I ain't got the space, I ain't got the money to offer him wages. A lot of great coaches just can't get him. But we do make it better. And we're still using the kamikaze. It's not called the kamikaze. Again, go and give the guy some love. All the information's in episode 1. I never thought I'd stick with it, but I have so much fun with it. It's not the perfect tactic, but it scores tons of goals and we've had a lot of success with it. Is it ever going to get us promoted? We'll have to wait and see. Pre-season, I couldn't really be bothered with organising it, so I set my assistant up to do it and he set us up with 4 games, went over to Ireland and so on. And we won every one of them, still scoring lots of goals, still letting in quite a few goals, but it is only pre-season, so I was quite happy with it, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. The boys are all fighting fit and ready to go. Got a couple of injuries, but I couldn't wait to get going, seriously. And we had a tough start. Hull, Brentford, Stoke, Borough, QPR, Barnsley, West Brom, Blackburn, Huddersfield. You roll off all their names and they are tough. They are good clubs. A lot of ex-Premier League teams, a lot of big championship teams. Well, let's start with the Carabao Cup, and we of course kicked our campaign off against Accrington Stanley, beating them 4-2. Next up was Walsall, battered them 4-0. I mean, you can see already Chaplin and Lee are scoring goals. But then came Brighton, and they had a little bit too much for us. I mean, I was going for it. I was enjoying it. I was trying to do well. Maybe try and make as much money as I could. Probably should have B-teamed it, but and I did consider it, like I said. Most of the time I do, but nah. Let's just try and win games, try and keep that confidence going. Even though we got beat, I think it's helped us. Because keeping consistency and maybe not always trying to rotate, and look where we are now, we're not running away with it. This title race is on. I mean, we're only 3 points ahead. Only 4 points ahead of 6. Do you know what I mean? A couple of bad results, which can happen, and we're right out of the playoffs. But at this moment in time, we are top of the league. The kid I got from Ipswich, Chaplin, top goal scorer with Lee. So obviously Keano's not been playing as much, but when you've got another guy scoring goals, it does not matter. As you can see, we started off brilliantly. All them teams I was worried about, none of them beat us. Obviously we drew a few. Drew with Stoke, drew 5-5 with Barnsley. I love this tactic. And we didn't get beat, so we played Reading, who beat us 3-1. But scroll down though, it's been a bit rainbow looking, as in, you know, reds, yellows and greens. But we're still picking up those points. Got Middlesbrough next on the 1st, which would have been today, obviously. But yeah, can't complain when you're top of the league. Brought in a lot more staff as well. There's a lot more I could do, but again, I'm not wasting the money. I'm happy with this as it is. We'll just see. If we got to the Premier League, then a whole new world opens up. So I think I'll leave it as it is. Now we're losing money, but that's fine. We've still got 4 in the bank. Even if we end up spending that 4, paying off all our wages and that for the rest of the season, if we go up, then there's no issue. And even if we end up not going up again, this squad's all tied down now, and it's starting to become a squad, isn't it? With contracts, it's not no year-by-year contracts anymore. This majority of the squad would stay together and fight again next year. What is crazy though is the amount of goals we are scoring. At the halfway point, we've scored 71 goals. Wow. Where are we defensively though? I think we've got the best defence we've ever had. I've got a top goalkeeper, but yeah, we do like to let the old goals in. Joint bottom. Love it, it's mental. Of course, who's doing the business for me? Well, this is a squad arranged by average rating, and as you can see, Mr. Edun is a beast, isn't he? Who is he? Where's he come from? I don't know, but he's become a legend to me. Absolute legend. Connor Chaplin as well, banging him in, setting them goals up. Elliot Lee is exactly the same again as he always is. Blackman, very rare you get a superstar keeper, but we've got one. Finley Burns, again, rocket at the back from City. I'd love to buy him, but I doubt we'll ever be able to afford him. And again, yeah, everyone's the same. Everyone's settled in. A couple of injuries, but that's totally okay. I really can't complain. Harry Anderson as well. What a beast he is on the right wing. That's it really, halfway point. We'll have a look how we got on in the FA Cup. We've got Swindon, as you can see, up there. And we're doing really well. So let's just keep cracking on. Loads to get through. Not that we were doing really bad. We were still doing okay. You'll see in a minute. I just thought I wanted to bring more players in to cover for injuries and so on. Anthony Gordon came available. I've had him in the past. And we've loaned him from Everton. Again, can play over the front. And then we've signed Keir Yana Hoover on loan from Wolves. Again, as a very fleshed out, good young player with a lot of potential. He's from Holland, and you know, I love his ability. A league we were still top of, but we haven't consistently been top of it. The last game I played a few days ago before this was insane. I'll show you that in a sec. But we've secured our playoff spot. So the playoffs guaranteed. We'll have some playoff action, hopefully. Wycombe have already been relegated. 15 points. Insane. Look at Lee and Chaplin. They're better than Lee and Keane. I mean, they're unstoppable. I mean, forget our defending. Look at that. We are goal machines. You can score 4, we'll always score 5. You can score 2, and we'll score 7. This is the last game I played a few days ago at this point. 7-2 away at Sheffield Wednesday. Now, I will say I've had a youth intake. It was appalling. Nothing good to come through. Didn't even get a 3-star player. It's the worst youth intake I think I've ever had, so no point in wasting any time on that. But here we are with the results. What I will do is I'll reverse the dates actually. You can see recently we've been unstoppable. We had that a bit of a sketchy patch. Like I think I showed you last time. Went on a good run into the new year. We haven't been beat since QPR beat us. But it was that. We were dropping points for fun and I'm thinking, we could be in trouble. But then obviously we bounced back with 5 victories. Now if you go on the home page, you can see here, can't you? Where we've been first, second, third. We've been up there all year to be fair, but I think that period we've dropped out of 4th, back up top, second, third. It is such a close race. Like I said, my mentality was even risking injury, let's just go for it and everything. Not go for it because we're not going to win things, but keep that momentum. Just keep going. Keep that form going, not try and upset the balance. And we started off well in the FA Cup beating Swindon 2-1. But when we came up against the mighty Spurs, we got knocked out, although they only beat us 2-1. Well, like I said, anything can happen here at Wigan, and after our 7-2 battering of Sheffield Wednesday, we went on and drew with Fulham 0-0. We then drew with Swansea 2-2. Fun times, fun. Then we at least got some points, although it was only 2-1, with about 1 million chances created against relegated bottom of the table. So yeah, I won't buzz him too much with this. And I definitely won't buzz him with this. We got battered off Millwall. So on them 5 games left to play. We've still got 1 left, which is going to be the live com today. We've won 1, lost 1, drawn 2. In fact, we're only a point ahead of Sheffield United. And I mean, if things go really wrong, we could be in the playoffs. So it could be playoff drama for you. Anyway, I can't believe it, honestly. And to be fair, that last bit I played this morning, so my old conspiracy theory, when you save the game, it's real. Save the game, your form either goes great or it goes shit. It just does the opposite of what he was doing before. Unfortunately though, Connor Chaplin, the superstar of this year, many assists and 1 billion goals, is injured. Our rivals, Sheffield United, are playing QPR. I reckon they'll win that. Derby are playing Middlesbrough. They're probably going to win that. Nothing else matters apart from them 2 games. So we just need to go out here today and win together. Cross your fingers. I've got a ton of issues, fitness issues, injuries. So Sinani is going to be playing up front. I've not put his face on. I kind of don't want to now. I'm just used to him looking like that. So I hope you've enjoyed it. It is different. It's been different because of financial restraints. I've done lots of rebuilds in the past with championship teams and I've never stayed this long. This is our 3rd attempt, but we've done really well. I'm proud of this club. Edon's picked this up, threaded it through to Sinani. I tell you what, you worry about putting someone in a certain position, but this kid's just a legend. Honestly, thank you for the support of this series. Really do appreciate it. It's mad how you get into it so quickly, already in our 4th season. At the moment in time, we're going to be in the Premier League for our 5th, which would be mint. Absolutely mint. I don't know how much I'm going to do it. I might just have 1 season in the Premier League, see if I can keep him in there, and then call it quits. So we've got some cool series coming up. I've got some story videos. I've got a mini series / rebuild sort of that's very different. It's got a nice little twist to it, which I can't wait to do. And then loads of other stuff I want to make. I might be getting furloughed at work, so if I do, I'll have loads of time to make lots of videos for you guys. Right, come on boys. Like I keep saying, I'm always going to plug it. After this, go and catch up with the Tame Valley series. If you've not checked it out, I don't know why. It is brilliant. What's not brilliant though is one of our best players, if not our best, is injured. If you are a Valley fan though, I will say I've had that much interest. Now all the shirts have come out and people are starting to see them on social media with people wearing them, that they're going to go for a 3rd run. The company said they'll make a lot more. So they've actually gone on sale from today. They'll be on sale from today for 2 weeks, and it's 1-1. But you probably know by now I am trying to promote the mental health charity Evolving Mindset all year. And if you buy a shirt, some of the money from the sale of the shirt goes to the charity. You know, just trying to do my bit all year long. Is bad. I'll be back in here. Williams, good little player. Williams finds Anderson, threads it through to League. Come on, League. I mean, to be fair, we should go up if we come second, obviously, won't we? But I'd like to win the league. And there's this little chance we could end up third in the playoffs. Finley Burns. Wonder if we can sign him if we do get in the Prem. Honestly, love this tactic. So much fun. So much fun. I'm going to try and do that this year. Look at good tactics and try and highlight them for people in my series. And it saves me time because I'm very lazy and I hate doing tactics. We're coming towards the end of the first half. I've demanded more. We are top of the league. But that's the diff. Look at Derby on 88 points. Anything, we could get beat and anything can happen. I'll tell you what, it started snowing outside. Crazy weather. It's either chucking it down, a bit sunny, not warm, or it's snowing at the minute and it can change 3 times in a day. Ooh, Burnsy! Right, here they come. Bournemouth. Wilson. Oh, come on, lads. Don't let me down. Well done, Bard. That wasn't well done. Oh my God, that was just a catalogue of errors. Brought on Gordon on the right. Freshening it up there. Yeah, Anderson not having the best game. We've also switched to attacking. We'll see if we can push at him. We're at home, we've got the crowd behind us. I mean, we're currently second. We're doing just enough as it is, but... Nah. Ooh, good save. And now, Evolving Mindset is actually in the game. People have sent me pictures. So Evolving Mindset, keep your eye out. Will pop up on boards. And I keep looking. I haven't seen it yet. So it's starting to do my head in a bit, but I can't wait till I do. Is Sinani, Lee, come on Lee, you are the main man, show everyone at home I've took Lee off and brought Oster on, the young superstar. Not done much for us this year, to be fair. Young Wigan lad, see if he could nick us a winner, that'd be quite cool. Are we still second? We couldn't do enough to win, but was it enough to go up? Yeah, of course it was. I mean, both our rivals won. We've ended up joint points with Derby, but our amazing goal difference got us through. So unfortunately, no parade, no trophy, but I will take promotion all day long after what we've been through as a club and as a fans. And that's what happens. I mean, look what I've been doing on 55p a year. 55 pence. What am I going to do with 35 million? It's too much. I don't know. I'm not going to be buying superstars. And the majority of these boys are all tied up. If I can bring Burnsy in some form, I definitely will. Don't know about some of the other loans. We'll wait and see, because obviously a whole new world's going to open up to us now. Well, West Brom have just beaten Bournemouth in the playoff final, so they'll be coming up with us and Sheffield United. But what we're going up to? Well, Manchester United champions, and some of them strikers are scaring me, especially my defence. I might have to change tactic. We might have to think about these things. I'm going to give a good few days to think and do stuff. You might not get episode 5 for a while, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But Newcastle, Bristol City and Watford are going down. We'll definitely look at them clubs, see if we can steal anybody. Well, there we go. That's the end of Season 4, Episode 4. Smash that thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Become a patron if you really want to be a legend. And I would love you long time. And hopefully you'll come back for Season 5. Finally in the Premier League. This is like a proper rebuild. I've absolutely loved it. Hopefully you're still loving it. You're a beast. Go and catch up on Tame Valley. What else are you doing? It's snowing. You can't go out. We're in lockdown. Tame Valley is the best series I genuinely have ever made. You're missing out. I swear down. I dare you not to like it. But yeah, keep subscribed, because I've got a lot of content coming out a lot soon, different varieties as well. So your support as always, whatever you do. People who are patrons, if you watch the adverts, if you comment, if you thumbs up, you guys, you're all legends. So thank you. Hope you're happy, hope you're well, hope you're safe and booed. I'll see you next time.